If a client called you up and said, hey man, here's $7,000, please go and buy me a sound system, what would you choose? Let's go and take a look. Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be showing you something a little bit different. So a big part of my job is actually helping people spec out what equipment to buy for their shows, for their productions, for their venues. So today I'm going to be showing you a little bit of an example of one of these that I just recently did. This particular one is a very small one, but it's still fun to take a look. So let's go. So for our example today, we have a solo musician, one man or woman show, no crowds bigger than 75 people. There's going to be vocals, acoustic guitar, and maybe a keyboard. Gigs are at restaurants or some intimate venues, just think any kind of small venues. They want everything to be new and under warranty. They drive a Toyota Camry and their budget is about $7,000. So let's take a look at what we can do. Now that we know the criteria of what we're looking for, I usually just like to start doing some research. I love using Guitar Center because it gives me good pricing. They have really good availability. I can also just send them an entire list of things if they just want to buy it right there. For this particular client, there's obviously a couple of things we need to take into consideration. A, they want a really small PA. They don't need 18-inch subwoofers. They just need something that's portable, that's quick, because it's in restaurants. It needs to look good. It needs to sound good. And most of all, it needs to fit into the Camry. Okay, so starting with the sound system, I think the best move would be to get them an Erwee Evolve system. Erwee Evolve 50, they have an M, which I think will be great. Erwee Evolve 50M. What I like about this system is A, it looks really good. B, it sounds really good. It's going to fit in the back of the car very easily. And the reason why I'm choosing the M model is it's got like this onboard mixer, so we can do microphone, acoustic guitar, we can do keyboard, we can do extra music. It just gives them a lot of flexibility. It has built-in effects. Plus they can also control this with their smartphone. So we don't even need a mixer. And given that it's only restaurants and really small gigs, this could function really well. They could also add a mixer on later if they wanted. Little trick that I'm going to show you is what you would usually do is we would buy two of these, right? It makes sense. But one of the cool things is we don't need two mixers. So we can just get one mixer. And then because it has a link out that is mix out, we can just get a regular Evolve 50 as the, so you would do one and then just link out. We would just get a regular Evolve, save them $500. Great, so now that we have a sound system, let's get some bags to protect them. I like these bags, they make it really light and easy to transport, so we want to get two of these bags. Great, so now we have a PA, we have bags to protect them. Next, let's do some XLR. I love these XLRs. I know the D'Addario was more a guitar brand, but just trust me, they're half the price of all the other XLRs that you get, and they're just as good. The quality is just as good. The XLR cable, it doesn't kink or do any weird stuff. It's just really nice cable. I love it. So you'll probably want to get a 50 footer. Probably want to get 225 footers. And we'll probably want to get 2 10-footers. Great. So we have some XLR cable, we have 2 speakers. Now next, let's do some lights. Actually, no, let's do the microphone. So I personally love Shure. I would say standard. If you want to not spend too much money but buy like a really good product, I would go for the SLXD because they're going to be singing. I would probably do a Beta 58. For that money, 600 bucks, you're not going to find anything better than this. I challenge you. Because we have a microphone, we need a mic stand. There's all kinds of products. I am old school. I love the good quality stuff. A mic stand, if you buy a good quality mic stand, it's going to last you for the next 5 to 7 years. If you buy a not so good one, it is only going to last for like a couple of months. Got a mic stand. Great. So now we have a PA, we have some covers to protect them, we have some XLRs, we have a microphone, we have a mic stand. We don't need a mixer. So next we need some power. Let's just start with the power strip first, that I've used a lot. There she is. I love this power strip. Made for the stage. It looks a little bit wonky, but it works and it's a workhorse. I love this one. Need to get some power cables. I would probably not buy power cables here, but just for the purposes of this example, I'm just going to do it. So you want a 12 gauge. This is nice, 12 gauge for your main power run. That should give you enough flexibility. So you can do one of these. That's going to go into your power strip, and then from there you can distribute power to both the speakers and your whatever else you need to do. I would probably do like one of these, like a 10-footer, and I would probably just add a 25-footer as well. Let's see if we can add a 25-footer as well. Great, so now let's see, we have some power cables, so we can power everything. We have power distribution. What's nice about this one, it actually has, the angles of these are different. So these work for like guitar pedals, and these work for like regular power extension cords. We have a mic stand, we have a mic. Because you're a solo musician, I would probably add some, just add like 2 lights. Let's see. We want something that's gonna go wide. Yeah, this will work. Add 2. So you can just put like 1 on either side of the speaker, just to let people know something's happening. These are like very basic. They are good quality from Chevette. They'll last a long time. The wash is pretty wide, so it's not just gonna like spot. And you could just like aim them in your direction, just when people walk by, so that they can kind of have a look at what's happening. So this is like a basic setup that I would kind of recommend to someone. Let's have a look at where we are. Nothing fancy, but all good quality stuff. Nothing cheap, weird stuff. It's all gonna last you a really long time. And we're under 7 grand, honestly. Depending on where you are, we need to add sales tax, so that's probably gonna be push it just over 7 grand. But to recap, we have a very good sound system For the purposes of this, 75 people, this is great. Like if you are a musician that uses like backing tracks as support, I would maybe look into maybe a different sound system, because these are great, but they do lack a little bit low end if you're starting to push them. For 75 people, I think it should still be comfortable. What I like about these is they have a 120-degree dispersion angle, so you could probably put them just like right on the edge or right behind you. You would be able to hear, and they project really well. They also sound really good. We have bags to protect them. We have some XLR cable. We have a microphone. This one comes in a case, so that'll get protected. Microphone stand. I think this is a pretty solid place to start, and it's coming in under budget. So that's it. That's kind of how I build out some of these. Obviously, this is a very, very simple example. I was given a lot of freedom in terms of like choosing. You could probably swap out the sound system for multiple different versions depending on what the client needs. If you wanted to do 2 subs with 2 tops, you could do that very similarly. You could also downgrade the quality of the sound system and keep everything else, and that should change the price of this whole package quite dramatically. I think everything else is pretty standard in terms of like what you would want for something of this size and this kind of a package. So have a look and let me know what you think. Let me know in the comments what you would choose if someone gave you a project like this, gave you a budget and said, hey, what would you recommend I buy for myself in this particular scenario? Next time.